Alright, we got 6 most disturbing forest encounters caught on camera. Now, see, if you've been watching my scary videos for a while, you know how I feel about the forest, man. I don't do it. I don't go out in the forest, you know, if I don't know what's out there with me, I don't do it. I especially don't go camping at night in the forest, you know? Like, I may go on, like, hikes through a forest or something like that, like walks through a forest on a trail, something like that, I'll do that. But when it comes to, like, camping out in a forest or anything like that at nighttime, nah, I'm good. I don't trust that shit, man. I don't know what's out there with me. You know, I'm not really too worried about animals, though they would be an issue. It's just people, man. 'Cause a lot of homeless people do live out in the forest. A lot of, you know, bad people who want to be off the grid live out there too. So you just never know who's out there, man. And I have this freaking fly who will not leave me alone. He's gonna be bugging me all video, I know. But anyways, here we go, bro.
2015, a group of New Zealand film students were recording outside their school at Auckland's Parnell railway station. The footage you're seeing now was recorded by a student named Chris Muir. For a few minutes, Chris and his friends were messing around and having fun as they filmed. But that's when the group spotted a man and a woman wearing creepy white masks hiding in the tall grass next to the station.
Is it the Purge already?
Ominously at the camera.
Better. Bro, that's creepy as shit. Oh, he's coming too. They're splitting up. What the fudge?
As it was later revealed, Chris and his buddies first thought that
They look
the masked
young.
people were probably pranksters from the school trying to creep them out, which is why they can be heard laughing throughout the footage. However, the students later confessed that it was more so nervous laughter and that they were actually pretty terrified during the encounter. Disturbingly, looking at the footage, they noticed that the couple appeared to be armed. In some of the clips, it looks like one of them is holding a pistol.
Oh god. They do look fairly young. The guy has like a comb-over haircut kind of thing.
I don't see him.
As soon as the suspects got a little too close for comfort, the group ran back to the main road, after which they reportedly saw a police chopper approaching the area of the incident. It's not entirely clear who called the cops that day, but based on my research, this wasn't the first time the couple had harassed the public with their creepy masks and weapons. Earlier that week, they had terrorized a woman at Auckland's Domain Park, but left before the police were able to arrest them. When the cops arrived at the train station, Chris and his friends gave them the report, after which the Auckland Police Department uploaded a Facebook post where they urged the suspects to come forward and warned civilians to stay far away from the masked couple if they saw them. They also cautioned that if they saw someone carrying what appeared to be a weapon, they had no way of knowing if the weapon was real or fake and would be forced to approach the situation as if it were real. Shortly after that, the suspects reportedly came forward to talk to the cops. Throughout the investigation, the authorities didn't release a whole lot of information to the public about who these people were, whether their weapons were real, or what their intentions were. But one thing we know for sure is that this wasn't just an innocent prank. In fact, when a lot of people online started accusing the students of staging a prank just to get attention, a spokesperson from the school came forward to clarify that the masked suspects had nothing to do with the institute. According to an article from Vice, a police spokesperson later confirmed that the weapons were fake. But I wasn't able to find any official confirmation of this, and to this day, not a lot of people know who the suspects were or why they were terrorizing the public for no reason. Whatever the case,
Just sick
it's a good
people,
thing
bro. They
Chris
don't
and his
have to have
friends
a
were able to
reason.
get away before things took a turn for the worse.
Yeah, I mean, luckily they weren't too aggressive with these ones. They probably weren't too aggressive because they said that they terrorized a woman, like somewhere in a park or something, whatever they said. And she was probably by herself, but there was like at least 2 people there that they were just stalking and not being aggressive with it. But if there was just one person there in this group that was recording, they probably would have been more aggressive. So they're probably just being a little bit passive about it too. Yeah, I mean, some people just don't need a reason for this kind of stuff, bro.
Lies a forest that's known among the locals
They're
as
just
the
sick.
Sea of Trees. Interestingly, the entire forest grew out of a 30-square-kilometer patch of hardened lava that was laid down by the last major eruption of Mount Fuji. A little more disturbingly, though, over the years, the Sea of Trees has become known as a place where people go to take their own lives.
Oh god.
And if you
What?
venture far enough into the forest, it's not uncommon at all to find a body. Near the entrance of the forest, a sign written in Japanese reads, "Quietly think once more about your parents, siblings, and children. Please don't suffer alone, and first reach out." In July 2017, urban explorer and YouTuber Burbex ventured into the forest to see what he'd find, walking his viewers through his entire journey into the sea of trees. But even though the video starts out tame enough, just a few minutes into his exploration, the uploader comes across an abandoned bike, and that's when things get a little disturbing.
I'm only a few meters away from the road right now, but I've already found an abandoned bike. It's actually a pretty nice bike.
Yeah, it's in pretty good condition.
I don't think it's been here a long time. What do we got in here? And
Oh,
there's a packet for a knife.
fudge.
I think I've just found some kind of note in a
Oh
bag.
no, bro. Not this stuff.
It says 1211. I can't quite make out. I think this is somebody's name just here. And I'm not sure what this means.
On top of the bike, Burbex finds an empty piece of packaging for a kitchen knife, and a few minutes later, he comes across a note written on a plastic bag. The note translates to 1211 verified, Fuji Yoshida Police Station verified, meaning it's likely evidence of someone who abandoned their stuff to take their own life in the forest, confirmed by the local police station. It's incredibly haunting to think how many lives have been lost in that forest over the years, and even more disturbing to think that any random passerby could easily find the body while exploring the terrain.
Yeah.
Over the years, the Japanese government has implemented several measures, such as placing security cameras near the entrance to track those who walk inside, as well as training volunteers to talk to the visitors who are thinking of taking their lives. Still, this hasn't stopped people from following through with it, and the fact that the media has really played a big part in sensationalizing the forest in recent years hasn't helped either.
Is that the same forest that, was it Logan Paul got in trouble because he recorded a body in there? Is that the same forest? I think that was in Japan as well. Maybe I'm wrong.
Early 2023, a man named David Meredith was taking his usual evening stroll through his neighborhood in Red Deer, Canada, when he suddenly saw a bull moose eating next to a tree. Hoping to catch a better glimpse, he hid behind the tree to watch. And that's when the moose turned around and started charging at him. To understand how incredibly dangerous this is, keep in mind that an adult male moose can run faster than 35 miles per hour,
what are
which
you
is almost
messing with
twice as
him
fast
for?
as the max speed for the average human male. Even though moose aren't generally aggressive, they can easily trample and kill a human if they feel threatened, which is probably what happened here. Fearing for his life, David hoisted himself up the tree next to him to avoid getting stabbed by the moose's antlers.
Bro, look at the size of that thing. Yeah, he doesn't look too happy. Bro, you gotta run through snow too? You ain't getting away from this dude.
As soon as he was out of the moose's reach, he started recording. For about 30 seconds, the moose just stares at David, and you can hear the uploader's nervous breathing as he waits for the moose to leave. But shortly after, the moose starts charging back and forth with its head down, which is a clear sign that it's stressed and would probably trample David if he were to come down or fall from the tree.
Oh shit, bro. It was at this moment he knew.
Based on what he mentioned to
fudged
the
up.
news station that interviewed him a couple of days later, David stayed in the tree for over 10 minutes waiting for the moose to leave him alone. When asked how he climbed up the tree, he demonstrated how he pulled himself up by a flimsy-looking branch, which is honestly one of the most concerning parts of this whole situation. That branch breaks, and
Yeah,
David
he's
would have been
done.
at the mercy of a very angry moose and might not have lived to tell the tale. Luckily, after seeing that David wasn't coming down, the moose finally gave up and ran off, thanks to which the uploader was able to come down safely after waiting it out for around an extra half hour.
Bro wanted this smoke. He was hanging around. He's
In
like, come on,
February
boy.
2018, a man named Greg Harris uploaded a GoPro video of himself riding his ATV on an unnamed trail. For the first few seconds, the footage shows pretty much exactly what you'd expect from this kind of upload. But in the blink of an eye, something extremely disturbing interrupts Greg's ATV ride.
What? What the fudge? What?
If you didn't catch it, someone had set up a metal wire between the two trees, which got caught in the uploader's helmet and forced him to stop.
Oh my
It's pretty
god.
disturbing to think that if Greg hadn't been so lucky, he could have been
Bro, if he didn't have a helmet on, he's gone. His head's gone.
decapitated by the wire.
Exactly.
Fortunately, as mentioned in the video description, his speed along with the wire hitting his helmet instead of his neck caused it to break as he passed through it. It might seem shocking that anyone would even think of doing something as incredibly evil as setting up a lethal booby trap in the middle of an ATV trail, but
Stupid,
sadly,
bro.
it's actually pretty common in the dirt bike and ATV community. Sometimes these wires are set up by people trying to keep bikers off their property.
So you kill
Others are
him.
set up by psychos who get
So
irritated
dumb.
by the noise and decide to use violence to fix the issue. And the rest are set up by people who are just messed up in the head and want to bring harm to others for no reason. In this case, it's impossible to tell who was responsible for setting up the trap. This is just one of those videos where if the wire was set up just slightly lower, the accident could have easily been fatal.
Yeah.
Luckily, he was able to walk away with minimal injuries, and he used his video as a way to warn others to watch out for these kinds of traps, especially when riding through trees.
Bro, people are just stupid as shit, man.
Back in the summer of 2014, a man named Chris was
What if it had been a kid or something? You know, what if a kid is riding a freaking dirt bike through there and he ends up getting decapitated by a freaking wire? People just aren't gonna care, man. Like, come on.
in the mountains near Fernie, British Columbia, when he suddenly noticed what appeared to be an animal approaching him in the tall grass. Immediately, he realized it was a mountain lion, and that's when he started
Oh
recording.
shit!
I don't know if you can see it.
Oh, I see him.
Mountain lion.
I see him. Off to the left,
Crouching in the grass.
I think.
He's actually coming towards me.
At first, it's
think
kind
I
of hard
see
to
it.
see where exactly the animal
On the
is,
left?
but as Chris walks towards the trail, you can see it emerging from the grass coming closer.
That is a mountain lion.
Okay, maybe I've missed
And
it.
he's stalking me.
I don't. Oh wait, right there.
Even though
Oh my
mountain
god,
lion
right
sightings
freaking
are
there. I'm
rare,
blind
they
as
have been known
shit.
to attack people in certain situations. And let's just say, if you see one stalking you in the tall grass, slowly approaching as it stares you down, you can be pretty certain that you're in danger.
Yeah.
About 2 minutes into the footage, the lion starts walking a little faster, and Chris does the one thing you never do with a mountain lion by turning his back and starting
Yeah.
to run.
What are you doing? He's waiting on you to turn around, bro. Bro, you're not gonna outrun a mountain lion. Bro, it is so cool. Like, this is my favorite thing about, like, big cats, especially tigers. Tigers my favorite animal, man. Like, how they just stalk you. Like, they're so sneaky with it, and as soon as you turn your back, boom, they pounce on you, bro. It's so free. I love watching those videos of, like, people who, you know, like, trainers, I guess you could say, experts, whatever they are. Like, whenever they're in the habitat, whatever, with the tiger, and they just turn their back, and then they turn back around, and they just, like, the tigers are so just impulsive, bro. I don't know if impulsive is the right word, but, like, as soon as the person turns their back, they go. But if the person turns back around, they freeze. Like, nothing's even happening. They just play it off, they walk away like they didn't, like, nothing was happening. They're so smart, bro. I love watching those kind of videos. But yeah, this right here, you're not outrunning a mountain lion. You're just not going to. And if you turn your back, you just put yourself at even more of a disadvantage. That's what this bro wants. Oh shit.
Hey, Mr. Mountain Lion.
Mister? How do you know it's a mister?
Nice to see you. Nice to see you.
Bro, he don't give a shit.
I am much bigger than you.
He don't care. One shot at that neck and you're
Over the
done.
next couple of minutes, Chris tries to get the animal to go away, but it only walks around him and continues to stalk him, staring him down in the tall grass near the entrance to the woods. A couple of minutes later, the uploader manages to take a few steps toward the main trail back to his car, but he doesn't get too far before the mountain lion cuts him off again.
Stay back. Stay there.
Oh my god, this would be terrifying. Like, if he just charges at you, you're not even gonna know it.
Fortunately, after a few moments of tension,
Hey, bro, if he were to charge at this guy, it's over like that. You're not gonna have enough time to even react to know what to do, bro. If he charges, you're done.
the mountain lion turns around and disappears into the trees. Being in a position like that has to be downright terrifying, especially when you consider that the only reason the lion didn't attack was because it didn't want to. And had it felt more threatened, it easily could have done some serious damage. Thankfully, it was just a close call, and Chris was able to walk away from the terrifying encounter unharmed.
Might be the mother, and she's
In
making
March
sure that you don't get near
2019,
babies or
a 5-year-old
something.
girl from Fair Lawn, New Jersey was playing with her friends near a creek in a wooded area behind their home right off Route 208. This was an area the family knew very well, as they'd been living there for 13 years, and the girl's father, Dave Kuroda, and his wife felt completely safe letting their kid play in the woods behind their house. But at some point during that particular afternoon, the girl came across a pile of clothing in the woods, after which she immediately ran back to tell her dad what she had found. Strangely, the clothes appeared to have been cut off a person's body, and there were suspicious red stains all over the tattered, shredded outfit. After confirming the bundle consisted only of women's clothing, Dave called the Bergen County Sheriff's Office and reported the incident, feeling like it was just too out of the ordinary for a random pile of cut-up clothes to appear near the entrance of the woods so close to his home. Even though this was the first time their daughter saw the clothes, it appeared they had been in the woods for several months, which explains some of the excessive wear and tear, but not the suspicious cuts and stains all over the outfit. Immediately, Fair Lawn police started asking the public if they could identify the clothes, hoping that it was just a prank rather than something more sinister. Unfortunately, nobody came forward, and until the clothes can be linked to some sort of crime or to a victim, they can't be accepted for testing by the police department. To this day, the cops from the Fair Lawn Police Department haven't been able to match the clothing to anyone in particular. And at this point, all we can do is hope that whoever those clothes belonged to did not come to the harrowing fate that the dark reddish stains imply.
Bro, I don't know what kind of prank that would be. Like, I could never really see myself ripping up clothes and then putting them down on the forest floor like that for a prank that I don't know if anybody's ever gonna even see, so yeah, I don't see how that will be a prank. Definitely it looks sus to me, but anyways, hope you enjoyed. If you did, please drop a like at the subscribe button. I'll catch y'all in the next one, man.